This is the Moshpit Backstage podcast for punk, metal and rock interviews and segments.
Smoking Martha is an indie punk rock band from Brisbane, Queensland, releasing their debut EP in 2014, which got a lot of media attention, being cited by Triple M's Ugly Phil as a band to watch, and in 2016, this year, they have been recording their debut album and recently released a single called Say Your Mind, as well as going on a tour this October and November of the East Coast. On the line I have Mick. Welcome to the show, Mick.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm really good, thanks.
Awesome. So, Say Your Mind is a super catchy, fast-driven, heavy rock anthem which Tasha D described as being a passionate cry for commitment, which can be heard in the lyrics to this song. Now, is this a theme that's going to be throughout the album, and what can fans expect to hear on their debut album?
I guess, yeah, there's a bit of a theme running through it. The album's going to be called In Deep, so okay. I guess it's kind of like, with relationships or anything in life, where you realise you're in that far that you have to keep going sort of thing.
Yeah. So is that sort of to do with what you're doing as a band?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. You sort of put a lot of effort in, so, yeah, you don't want to really give it away.
Yeah. So I'm really curious. What was it like to work with Ian Hogg from Powderfinger producing the self-titled EP?
Oh, that was really good actually. I think we were out there at his studio, for about 8 days out there, and it's at his house, and it's kind of like in a little bit of a forest sort of thing. So it's got like a pond and everything down the back, so it's like really relaxing. So you kind of get a really good vibe going there, and he was really good to work with. Like, he's so good at grabbing like great guitar tones and just really pushing you to actually play good.
Yeah, you always need someone to push you that little step further.
Yeah, that's it.
Listening to some of your songs, I really like the guitar playing and the guitar solos, as I often feel that guitar solos is what's missing in a lot of music these days. Is that something that you put a lot of effort into as a band? Yeah,
I think we do, because I know there was that stage where nobody was doing solos, and I mean, if it's not a good one, it's not worth, putting it in. But I think if you it's similar to vocals, if you put a bit of feeling into it, it can actually really grab you just as much as a vocal line. So yeah. I think it's always a good thing to have there, if it fits in the song.
Definitely. So, also, since starting in 2012, you have been on tour with some really big-name artists such as Everclear, Seether, and Cherry Curry from The Runaways. So, what's been the experience touring with bands like that?
It's really good to see how bands that have been going for a long time, how they run themselves, like how professional. And it's also cool to see that bands, they have been going for that long, still have the passion as well. So I guess we've been lucky to see that, and it sort of gives you that drive to want to, everyone always says you're doing something for so long, you lose it. But if you love what you do, I think it's always going to be something good, and that's what we've really seen from playing with these bands.
Yeah. You've started your Say Your Mind tour in Queensland. How's the first two shows of the tour going so far?
Yeah, they've been really good. A couple of sort of different kind of shows. The first one we played a skydiving festival, and so we got to jump out of a plane, which was pretty scary. But yeah, pretty cool thing to do before you play. So
you definitely feel the adrenaline rush going if you're jumping out of a plane. I've heard people say that just before they go in to perform, there's obviously that adrenaline rush, but if you're jumping out of a plane just before you go on the stage, it'd be twice the amount of adrenaline you get in anyway. Yeah, no,
we had pretty big smiles all around, I think, when we were going on, so yeah, it was really good. And we had, it was because it was a festival, they had a lot of the guys, doing all that tandem and like, or, where there's like maybe 10 people jump out and they're all grabbing arms and doing all those different things in the sky.
Yeah.
And so that was pretty a couple of them were on the plane and jumped out in front of us, so that was kind of intimidating because they're so good and they like it was nothing. They're just jumping out of a plane like stepping off a step or something. And we're sitting there just like, holy,
It's insane. I can't imagine. I've never gone skydiving, but one day maybe.
Yeah. It's scary, but it's pretty amazing. Like, it's a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah. So, you're performing 2 shows in Melbourne. Thursday, the 17th of November at Vineyard in St Kilda, and on Saturday, the 19th of November at Whole Lot of Love Bar in Melbourne City. What's your favourite thing about coming to Melbourne to perform?
We found everyone seems to be really cool, like really accepting of music as well, I think. Like in Queensland, it's still a good vibe, but I think people take it more seriously and in Melbourne as opposed to up here. So we always seem to get a really good response down there, and we've played a few shows down there now, and we just really love getting back down because I don't know, there's a lot more venues, and everyone just seems more pumped on it.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that. I talked to a band that they're originally from Perth, but they've came to Melbourne for the music scene. So is it different in Queensland for the music scene compared to Melbourne?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, we're sort of like Sydney, not as bad so far with the lockout. They brought in those lockout laws. So,
I have heard of that.
Yeah, so it hasn't affected us as much as Sydney, but just the fact that the government thinks that's a way to curb violence or whatever, and doesn't really think about the actual good stuff that music and live entertainment and all that actually brings. That it's just a like knee-jerk stomp on that, and it doesn't matter what happens kind of thing. So I think even just the government side, when they tried to do that at the Melbourne, everyone just put their foot down and was like, no, that's not happening.
Yeah.
And I think banding together like that really made Melbourne stand out more, and people are more appreciative of it.
Yeah. So, while it's on the Say Your Mind tour, the band is finishing off its debut album, so that's definitely something to look forward to. Do you know when it's going to be released yet?
Yeah, we're looking, I think it's going to be I think it's coming out I think we're doing a single towards the end of February, and then I think the album comes out in March.
Fantastic.
So we're looking forward to it. It's been a while getting there, but finally.
How long have you been recording it for?
Well, we've been recording. We started. I mean, I guess it's not that long, but we started this year, and we've sort of been going into the studio, getting a couple of songs done, and then trying to earn more money, back at work, get a couple more songs done, that kind of thing. So but we just got a little bit more to finish off, I think, in December, and then it's ready to roll.
Right, awesome. That sounds really good. Definitely something to look forward to. So thank you so much for joining the show tonight, and I wish you all of the best of luck for the rest of the tour and for the album as well.
Thanks very much for having me. I appreciate it.
No worries.
Thanks for listening to the Moshpit Backstage podcast. You can subscribe to us on iTunes and Omni. To find out more about the show, go to www.syn.org.au/moshpit. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/moshpitonsyn, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at moshpitsyn. The regular Moshpit radio show broadcasts punk, rock and metal tunes and interviews every Thursday nights on Syn 9.7 on FM and digital radios. Listeners outside of Melbourne, Australia can stream Syn 9.7 online at www.syn.org.au. Thanks to Vintage Ruin for the music.
Hi, this is Tomato from Flashgun Apocalypse.
Hi, I'm Enid from Girls School.
I am Phoebe Pinnock from Heavenly Axe.
Hey, this is Gary Oldmead of the Misfits.
Hey, this is Kat Sproul from Horizon's Edge, and you're listening to the Moshpit on Syn FM.
Hi, this is Einar from Leopard. Hi, I'm Virginia Lilly from the band Lily.
This is Raul from 1349.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ali from Zebrahead.
Hey, everybody, this is Charlie Benante with Anthrax, and you are listening to the Moshpit on Sin.